Again, a very good evening, students. Now, in this lecture, we will learn about the mosaicism and chimerism. Now, these are two different conditions, mosaicism and chimerism. A person who is uh, having the two different cell line, okay, which are derived from the same zygote is called as mosaic, and the whole thing, I mean to say whole phenomena of this is called as mosaicism. On other hand, a person who is having two different cell line in his body, somatic cells, which are derived from two different zygotes, then a person is called as a chimera. Okay, so we will learn the detail of this. First we will learn about the mosaicism and about mosaic, and then we will go to the chimerism and we'll learn about a chimera. Okay, now this is the first, mosaicism. Okay, an individual may possess two different cell lines, okay, two different genetic constitution. Okay, some of his cell in the tissue have one, and other cells may have the other genetic constitution. Okay, so the, I mean to say, the cells may have, few cells in body will have the one type of the genes or one constitution of the genes, while the remaining cell will have the other constitution of the genes or chromosomes. Okay, genes or chromosomes. Now, this condition is called as mosaicism, when a person is having two different. Otherwise, a normal person will always have the same genetic constitution in all billions of cells of his body, somatic cell of his body. Okay, and this constitution is exactly the same in all the cells of the body. But then this is the condition mosaicism, in which the person will have the two different cell line, okay, where his constitution in all the cell is not the same. Some of the cells are having one constitution and the other cell is having the other constitution. Okay, now this uh, mosaicism, okay, uh, is of two different types. The first type of mosaicism is called as chromosomal mosaicism. Chromosomal mosaicism, in which the two different constitution of chromosomes are present in a person. Two different constitutional chromosomes are present. Now, second type is gene level mosaicism, where the genes are different. Okay, two cell lines with two different uh, gene are present. Genes, where genes constitution is different. Okay, let us see the detail first of the chromosomal mosaicism. Now, in chromosomal mosaicism, two cell lines are derived from a single zygote. Okay, right? And this will ultimately have the two different cell lines are like that. In one cell line, some of the cells in various tissues of the body, they will have 44 autosomes and X and Y chromosome if that mosaic is a male, and other different cells in his body, okay, at the same time, they will have 45 chromosome, which is an abnormal, I mean to say numerically it is an abnormality in the chromosome. He will have 45 chromosome instead of normal 44, and the two sex chromosome XY, because he is male. So both the cell lines are there. Some cells will have normal cell line and some cell will have with a trisomy one more chromosome in the nucleus. Okay, one more chromosome. Now, then question come, how these two cell lines they come in a single person. Otherwise, in normal always it is 44XY in male and 44XX in female. All the cells will have. But how these two different cells are present in an individual. Now, this results due to non-disjunction, and I have told you in great detail the non-disjunction which may take place during mitosis in a somatic cell division, and it may also take place during meiosis, which is a reduction cell division which follows in two steps, okay, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In meiosis 1, that I mean to say whole chromosome may fail to separate, okay, to go to the daughter cell, whole chromosome. But in meiosis 2, it is the when the longitudinal splitting of chromatids takes place, where one chromatid should go to one daughter cell and another should go to another. Instead of that, both the chromatid will go to one cell, daughter cell, and other daughter cell will remain without that chromosome. Okay. So one will have one more number of chromosome and other will have one less number of chromosome. That is called as the non-disjunction, and I have told you the reasons for non-disjunction or non-disjunctions also. Okay. Now, but this chromosomal mosaicism is not due to the meiosis cell division, because at that time germ cells are not, ovum and sperms are not forming. Here the fertilization has already taken place with the normal ovum and normal sperm, okay, and ultimately cells are zygote, which is rapidly dividing. The cells in zygote are marula. They are all the cells, they are having the normal chromosomal constitution, that is 44 plus XY if it is male, okay. But later in early embryonic life, say when it is in the form of the blastula, where inner cell mass is present, at that time, okay, something may go wrong. That is, non-disjunction may take place in the mitosis, not in meiosis. This is not the meiosis here. Now all cell divisions are mitotically, they are dividing, cells are dividing mitotically. Okay, so non-disjunction may takes place. Say for example, this is zygote where only two cells are shown. Now, this cell will go and it is chromosomal constitution is 44 plus XY, and here in other cell also the chromosomal constitution is 44XY, and then they divide in daughter cell normally, okay, here normally. See, this is also containing 44XY, this is also, and then subsequent all cells, in all the cell division which will follow after this, it will have the normal constitution 44XY. But in one of the cell, when the embryonic cells are dividing, any one cell may show the faulty cell division due to the non-disjunction. Here, if the two daughter cells will form, it may so happen that this daughter cell may contain 45 instead of normal 44. It is containing 45 autosomes and X and Y sex chromosome. And definitely because of that, because it is containing one more, the other daughter cell will receive one less. Hence, this daughter cell has received only 43 autosomes instead of 44 and XY. Now this condition where one chromosome is less, okay, this is called as monosomy, which we have learned already, okay. And the monosomy in autosomes, okay, is not possible. Not possible means, of course, the cell has formed, but then it will not survive. It will not survive because the whole chromosome and whole set of the genes which are sitting on that chromosomes are not there, okay, they are missing, and that will not be possible for this cell to survive. Okay, but this cell which is having one more chromosome, okay, it will survive because there are addition can survive, but then deficiency cannot survive in early embryonic life. Okay, now this cell line which is there with 45XY, they will keep on forming, multiplying in the same manner. So all the subsequent cells which will follow will have 45XY. Thus, in that person, there will be two cell lines because of non-disjunction in early embryonic life during mitosis. This some of the cells will have 44XY and some other cells will have 45XY, 45. So this is a mixture of the two different chromosomal constitution, and this is called as chromosomal mosaicism. And a person who is having this two cell line, he will be called as a mosaic. Okay, he will be called as a mosaic. I hope you have understood the what is mosaicism and who is a mosaic. Okay, now we come to the second type of mosaicism, which is at the gene level, not at the chromosomal level, but at the gene level. This mosaicism may take place in two different location or situation. One is in somatic cell, which are dividing by the mitotic cell division. Okay, and so during gametogenesis, this may also take place. Okay, when the gametes are forming, sperm and ovum are forming, and this is dangerous. Okay, let us see what is the this gene level mosaicism. If mutation in gene occurs in early embryonic cell division, okay, this is for somatic gene level mosaicism I am talking. I am not talking about the gonadal germline mosaicism at present. Hmm? If the mutation in gene occurs at early embryonic cell division, that means already the embryo is there, okay, and cell division is taking place. That is after fertilization. Then some cells will have normal gene and others will have mutant gene because the mutation or a change in the gene has taken place. There are millions of the base pair, nucleotide base pair, and even if one single base pair is changed, okay, then it is called as mutation. Okay, so this is an inheritable change within the gene. When I will teach you the mutation, I will tell you the mutation maybe as small as the point mutation. Okay, point. So this change has taken place and it is a mutant gene now. And if it is taking place as in the somatic cells during early embryonic life, then what will happen? Then effect is less severe because only the daughter cells will have uh, that defective gene. Okay, but at the same time there are cells which are present in the body which are having normal gene also, and these normal genes will compensate for the abnormal gene. Okay, they will have, so the effect is less severe as some cells are with the normal genetic constitution. Okay, normal genetic, but there will be some effect but not that severe. Okay, not that. So this kind of mutation in gene which has taken place in early embryonic life after fertilization, when cell is dividing by somatic mutation, I mean say somatic cell division, then this mutation, if it occurs, it is called a somatic gene level uh, mosaicism. It will, because there will be now again two different cell lines with two different genetic constitution, one with the normal gene and another with the abnormal gene or mutant gene. Okay, now forget about this somatic gene level mutation. Now another gene level mutation which takes place in the gonads. Okay, testes or ovary, when they are forming the, I mean to say, sperm or ovum or the gametes, then this type of mutation, if it takes place, is called as the gonadal because it is taking place in ovary or the testis. And since these are the germ cells which are forming, they are called as the germ line mutation. Okay, I mean to say mosaicism. If mutation occurs during gametogenesis in egg or sperm, then this is the gonadal or germ-line mosaicism. That means sperm or ovum then will be abnormal, okay, because it is having defective gene or mutant gene is there. And the I mean say offspring or the child which will born because of this mosaicism, okay, then the will be having the defect. Okay, so he may be affected. Okay, offspring may be affected, but the parents is normal. Why the parents are normal? Because their All billions of somatic cells are absolutely normal. This was a new mutation which has taken place at the time of the formation of the sperm or the ovum. So it is not affecting the parents. Okay, this is an abnormal sperm or ovum which will affect the offspring after fertilization. Okay, offspring. So these are the gene level mosaicism. Okay, due to mutation in gene. Okay, it is mutation or change in the gene. Let us come to now second condition where the again two cell lines are present in an individual, he and this phenomena is called as chimera. Okay, or the person is called as chimera and the phenomena is called as chimerism. So who is a chimera? A chimera is an individual who have two or more different cell lines, just like that of the mosaic. Okay, two different cell lines derived from more than one zygote. That is the difference. Okay, from two cell lines they have come from where? They have come from two different zygotes. Okay, and each zygote has its own genetic constitution or chromosomal constitution. Other zygote will have its own genetic constitution or chromosomal constitution, and that's why if an individual is formed by the fusion of the two zygote very early in the embryonic life, then he will have two different kinds of cell lines. Okay, cell line. It occurs due to fusion of two zygotes which are obtained by fertilization of two ova by two different sperm. Okay, if there are two ovum present in uterine fallopian tube and sperms, two different sperm, they penetrate these two different ovum, then two zygotes are formed, and in early stage the zygotes are quite sticky, and when they will fuse with each other they will ultimately result in one individual. Okay, not two. Okay, two individuals will not form, only one single individual because of the fusion of, and this kind of the fusion is very common in embryonic life in animals. Okay, where multiple offsprings are born. Okay, rare in the case of the human being. Now this fused zygote will give a chimera, a person who has two different cell lines derived from two different, I mean to say, zygote. If fused zygote is from two sexes, and now it may not so happen that the one zygote is male and another zygote is female. Okay, and if they fuse with each other, that means one is having 46XY and another is having 46XX, then the person will having the cell in his body which is both from male as well as from female. Okay, and this kind of person which have exactly 46XY cells and some other cells are 46XX in his body, that means you cannot call now his or her. Okay, that person is now called as true hermaphrodite. True hermaphrodite. Okay, and this kind of peoples may have both the organs, sex organ, that is testis and ovary, or there may be fusion of a testis and ovary in one mass, or on one side may be testis and another side may be in abdominal cavity the ovary, right? This type of person then is very difficult to judge when they are born their sex, because most of the external genitalia they are not frankly male type or female type, they are ambiguous genitalia where a doctor fails to detect which whether the baby is male or female baby, and then only the chromosomal analysis can help. Not even the bar body test. Right. We come now to the last slide where we will see the difference between a chimera and a mosaic. Now, what is difference between a mosaic and a chimera? A mosaic is, in case of mosaic, what happens that the different cell lines are derived, both are having different cell lines. Okay, uh, but here the in case of mosaic the different cell lines are derived from a single zygote due to non-disjunction, due to non disjunction during any mitotic division in early embryonic life. But in chimera, okay, in case of chimera, the different cell lines are derived because of fusion of two different zygotes. Two different, that's why they are having two different cell lines in the body. I hope you have understood the mosaic and chimeras, okay, and mosaicism and chimerism, right? Now, thank you for watching this video, which is usually sometime a short note. Thank you.